Ever since I watched Return of the Jedi, I've always wondered how Vader died. I mean, he was unstoppable, unkillable. In the comics, we've actually seen him survive without the aid of his suit. So just how did Vader die from losing a hand and then getting struck with Force lightning for a couple of seconds? Well, it's actually quite simple and involves some pretty interesting lore. So we do know a few things. The first is that Vader had been weakened significantly after being defeated by Luke. We also know that he had turned back to the light side, and finally we know that the final blow for Vader was being struck by the Emperor with his Force lightning. So him being defeated by Luke might seem irrelevant, however this did drain a lot of his powers, so it definitely contributed to his death. But the biggest contribution comes from Palpatine's Force lightning. As you may or may not know, Palpatine had placed a failsafe in Vader's suit that could only be activated by his own Force lightning, meaning that if Vader ever tried to turn against Palps, his life support system would just be deactivated. Kind of a douchebag, but he's a Sith Lord and he's the Emperor. So that sounds simple enough, right? Vader couldn't get enough oxygen, so he died. However, this would make sense if we hadn't seen Vader survive without his life support system before. You see, darkside users can essentially keep themselves alive for as long as they want. In fact, we've seen this with various Sith in the past. However, once again, this would make sense if Vader was a darkside user. But he was not anymore. He had just let go of his hate and his anger. That means there was nothing keeping him alive, and his powers had just been significantly drained with his fight against Luke, and also being struck with Force lightning, as that does a lot of damage on you too. So, bottom line, Vader had nothing keeping him alive. He had been drained of his powers so much that he couldn't use the light side to stay alive. Also, he hadn't used the light side in like 25 years, and he couldn't use his hate anymore because it just wasn't there. Anyways though, I hope that summed it up for you. If you like this video, then you can drop a like, and if you like my content, then you should definitely subscribe. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, may the Force be with you all.